maybe I'll be able to get things later that can really benefit this? Or are you like, well, this is just a long piece and I'm just going to kind of burn it on the right-hand side because I have this long shaft over there? So I like those constant decisions you have to make.
Yeah, gotta be careful where you place the shaft.
Yeah, gotta be careful where you place a shaft. Listen, if Second Wind gave you anything, it's some great life advice.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Discovery Queue. My name is Nick Landra, editor-in-chief of Second Wind, joined by Marty Sleva.
I just waved at the camera, and we're not even recording video. What is wrong with me?
We're not even recording video.
What is wrong with me?
Didn't even have to shower to record this.
No, exactly. But I'm excited for this one. It combines things in a strange way, and I like when games combine things in a strange way.
All right. I thought you would not be excited for this at all.
No.
So this is Drop Duchy. This is... the best way I can describe this game is it's a roguelike deck builder. And before I lose anybody,
You lost me.
It is also Tetris.
You got me back.
And we got this review code about 2 weeks ago, and I've already put about 15 hours into this game.
I love that.
I think I adore it.
So yeah, right off the bat, we're seeing the Tetrises right here. This is very simple Tetrising, but each piece you have is kind of a different. It's almost like Tetris crossed with like a Carcassonne, like a land-based board game like that.
Yeah. So every time you fill out a row, you get resources. So you see that down in the bottom right, and you can also reserve a card if you're not ready to place it somewhere. So I just reserved that watchtower because it basically needs to be aligned with planes. So the whole point of right now, what I'm doing is basically trying to gather as much resources as I can so that I can upgrade my cards. And when I get into hostile moments with battles and stuff like that, I can get more troops.
Gotcha.
And so it becomes a numbers game later on. So this is like the really simple version right now. But as I get there's three acts, and as I get farther in, the troop sizes become much bigger, and then I'll be able to explain combat better once we kind of get there.
So looking at elements on the HUD, I'm assuming that 4, that's under fortified farm. That is how many pieces you have left underneath, and once you've used all the pieces, that's kind of the end of this board. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. So you want to try to fill in as much as you can to get as much resources as you can get.
Do you get... I noticed even if you complete a line, like the pieces don't disappear. So it's not that kind of Tetris where you're trying to make things disappear. But it seems like you get something. Obviously, it says line explored, so you get some benefits for filling out a whole line. Yeah,
so like when I fill out an entire line with trees and plains, you'll see that I'm getting... food for the farm and then wood for the woods. So on the bottom right down there, I have money, wood, and food right now.
Okay.
And then after each act, you're going to get like a different type of resource. So there's rivers, there's mountains, there's like dead ground.
So this is, we have, was that like the first board of a run? So you started a fresh run. Okay, gotcha. How longish do each runs generally take?
I'd say maybe half an hour, depending on how fast you go. I mean, probably about half an hour. So right now what I'm choosing is a university or a builder card. And so essentially universities, like if you played with any roguelike, you get like an artifact that gives you like a boost to something. And so that's what the university does. Like they get tech cards. So I'm going to grab this one. Anytime I merge the same types of troops. So there's 3 different types of troops. There's sword, bow and arrow, and then axe.
That's just Fire Emblem. They just stole that from Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's rock, paper, scissors, baby.
Exactly. So this deck overview page is where I can upgrade my cards. And you can see the resources I need for each one.
And these upgrades, do these only last throughout a given run, or are there kind of the rogue-like permanent upgrades that you end up having, from run to run?
These specific upgrades only last for this run. So like on this one, I'm going to bump this up to a bigger fortified farm. So on the left, like the range, those little dots, that shows you how far like the farm is going to expand right now at the level 1 card. level 2, I get a much bigger area.
Yeah, you get two moves in cardinal directions as opposed to just one move.
Yeah. So these upgrades are not permanent. These are just for the deck I'm playing. I'll show, when I get to the next one, I'll show the permanent upgrades.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's funny. This really speaks to a topic that we've talked about quite a few times recently in an episode of Windbreaker, where we talked about roguelikes following blueprints, about how the kind of the roguelike formula very much feels like a seasoning that you add to another genre's dish. And with this sort of being a combination of, you have the strategy that comes from the sort of the left brain thinking of a puzzle game like Tetris, but then also the resource management and like, what do I have in my arsenal, and how do I use it in this very scenario of, again, like something, I don't know, I don't play a lot of these games in game mode, but I have played a lot of like Settlers of Catan and Carcassonne, and so that's kind of what it's giving me little vibes of.
Yeah, so here's an interesting thing about this game. You actually have to place the enemies down as part of your board.
Oh, neat.
So they're not like pre-selected or anything.
Okay, so it's strategic in the same way to where you want to place a watchtower that is most advantageous to you, and you want to place enemies where it is safest for you, or you can easily defend against or easily attack.
Yep. Like placement, like being easier to defend or attack doesn't really matter. It's more like I kind of fucked up. So I placed a siege camp for the enemy up there, and then I placed my fortified farm actually too close to it. No. So they actually were able to take out a bunch of my troops.
They're gonna be taking your goodies
before we even get to the battle phase.
I'm curious what the battle phase of this is going to look like.
Oh, it's not that exciting.
I'm expecting a combination of that siege at Helm's Deep and the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, I figured you were going to say something like that.
Yeah.
So what I just did there is I actually got double resources. So that woodcutter removes the trees, so I get the wood resource. And then the farm next to it, the fortified farm, turned it into farmland, so I also got farm resources for that.
Oh, I see.
So you can synergize in how you place your pieces.
So are you building? Do you like build a deck going into this, or do you just sort of have pieces that it's pulling from, and so you don't always know what's gonna be given to you?
Yeah, I mean, like you pick the cards that you want when you're done with each wave.
Okay.
But I don't think it pulls all of them in.
Gotcha.
I think it pulls
from a selection. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a combat phase now. So essentially, you have combat rules over here. This looks like a lot of information, but it's pretty simple. So arrows beats axe, axe beats sword, sword beats arrows.
Yeah. Just like
and so basically, yep. So on this one, the weird way this kind of works is basically, so I have 17 arrows. So I'm going to bump it over here, and it's going to turn it into 19 arrows because the axe is a lower amount of numbers. And then since I'll have 19 arrows, I'll bump it down to my sword, they'll all be arrows instead of, I guess, different troops.
Oh, so you kind of you choose how you want to feed your resources in.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So like if I started with 9 axes and then I wanted 14 axes and I had 5 swords, then I would set the axes to the swords, then go attack. The bad sword base. It's kind of hard to explain, so hopefully people watching.
Yeah, no. I'm picking it up a bit. Yeah, and a lot of these games are you gain understanding through actual playing. So it feels like one of those things that is relatively intuitive when you're actually hands-on.
Yeah. Yeah, the battle system takes a minute. So this is the permanent upgrade tree.
Okay.
So every time you win or complete challenges, which there's like a million challenges.
Okay.
There's like 153 achievements for this game.
Oh, wow.
Every challenge is achievement. You get a crown to upgrade or to buy one of these upgrades. And so they give you different deck pieces that go into your selection. Yeah. So I'm like all the way up here already. then you can unlock new factions through the upgrade tree too. So there's 3 different factions to play, and they each play very differently than the last one.
Oh, okay. So how do the factions play differently? Like, out of curiosity, they just have like different cards in their deck, kind of.
Yeah. So this faction I'm playing right now is really focused on, I guess, natural landscapes.
Okay.
Where the other one that I have unlocked is you're actually like, you want to focus on building up a city.
Okay, so it's like the difference between like farming and whatnot compared to like building blacksmitheries and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, I did a little right before we started recording this. I was like, oh, I wonder what this developer's done. This is their first game, Sleepy Mill Studio.
Yeah, I really dig it. It's been a nightly play for me on my Lenovo Legion Go. I just want to say Steam Deck. Can we just call every handheld PC a Steam Deck?
You can call them all Nintendo Switches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the preferred nomenclature.
Nintendo won't sue me for that.
Nintendo would never sue you. No, Nintendo is famously non-litigious. Okay, so that was like a wood cutting thing that.
Yeah. So I just turned the forest into trees.
Okay, so and then.
Oh wait, no, I mean to turn the forest into plains.
So if you drop more trees on top of the wood cutting thing, will those trees also get cut, or is it only like does the action only happen the first time you drop it?
As long as they're in range of the selection area, then they will get cut.
Gotcha.
So just like this, like
that
with
had
the farm,
a two spot range, yeah. So this will cut these. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What happens? Have you ever screwed up the placement so bad that you reach the top? Like, do you fail? Like in Tetris, like you lose if you reach the top of the board?
No, you don't fail. It just it ends like your placement phase, and then you immediately enter battle phase.
Oh, okay. So you almost enter battle less prepared than if you would place your things. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's a fun part of the strategy involved. It's like you got to be careful to not, build yourself into a corner.
Yeah. You have to act in the moment, but then you also have to plan moves ahead to know that you're not gonna screw yourself and not be able to use all your resources before a battle.
Right. So like trying to go, I could go for like the four rows that is the most you can probably do in one selection phase, I guess. And sometimes you want to get cocky and try to go for 4, but it's really risky because you can build yourself out of the map.
Really sure.
So on this one I just did, there was no hostile part.
Yeah.
So there's peaceful areas and there's non-hostile areas. So if the more troops you have, they just turn into money at the end.
Okay.
So there's a trade-off though if you go for the peaceful route. You'll notice there was this is telling me there's 40 plus troops I'm gonna have to fight here. On this one, I think it said like plus 15 for the boss.
Okay.
So basically, if you skip a battle, it adds more to the boss that you have to take. So you'll see
gotcha.
plus 15.
So you can kind of chip away at them along the route or face a larger horde when you get to the end of the run.
Correct.
I will say I really like games that utilize kind of board game aesthetics and logic, and I guess to an extent card game aesthetics and logic, because it just feels like a really intuitive way to get a lot of information that could be complicated across, which I guess deck builders have been, that's what, everything from Slay to Spire and Monster Train and whatnot uses, but even just using like the iconography of board game pieces, like that was something that the Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go games did that I really liked.
Yeah, that's I'm really liking this wave of roguelike games right now that are taking like mini games that I already enjoy, and then adding new layers on them.
Yeah. It's funny, the Tetris-y thing is something that from inventory Tetris in stuff like Resi 4 to the way Dredge dealt with it to there's that one game where it's all like backpack quest or something where you it's all about like managing the resources through a Tetris inventory in your backpack. So I feel like it's an easy way to something like Civilization, or like a more like, here is an entire blank canvas for you to build things on, can feel a little intimidating, whereas presenting it like a Tetris map is a little bit like, okay, this is something even a dummy like me can understand.
Yeah. Once you get the battle phase down and like how to like really bump up the numbers of your troops, then it all starts to click. I think I may have missed it when I first started playing, but I would have to do a fresh save to kind of know if I did. But the card upgrade system could be explained a little bit better.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I didn't, like, for the longest time, I was just somehow skirting by not doing any upgrades.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, oh, I have to click X to go into that menu, and then I can upgrade all my cards. And oh, this makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, it feels like one of those things that they could, like a quality of life improvement could be like, oh, there's an icon that's flashing that's being like, oh, you can upgrade stuff now, just in case you didn't remember, like, click this button and go into this menu.
Yeah, I think I just fucked up kind of bad.
Well, you know what? We're gonna see how you deal with it.
These horse stables can be pretty devastating. So basically, those little dots go across. Yeah. So the horse stable gets extra troops for every open dot that goes across.
Oh, okay. Well, there's only one open dot.
And so
no, you got it. You fixed it.
No. It has to be a building.
Oh, it has to be a building. Never mind. Yeah, you screwed the pooch here.
I think I should be okay for mine. Oh, it didn't get any. Weird. I don't know why it didn't get any troops. Well,
no more horses. This is a horse-free zone.
So just to explain this, so axes beat swords, so I can have less axes to beat the swords.
Sure. Yeah, you don't need as high of a number.
Giving them 50% strength, so 2 soldiers can eliminate 3 opponents, for example. So that's going to drop my axes down to probably, I think, 3 people, and then they're going to go and turn into the arrows. Ooh, maybe I don't want to do that, actually.
Yeah, because weren't arrows weak to swords?
Yep.
So you probably want the arrows to become the axes. Axes attack the swords. Yep. Axes attack the swords.
Yes.
Look at that. They got me.
Actually, don't know.
I'm a strategy boy.
I don't even know if I can. Nope, it's not going to work either way.
Why not?
Because I have more arrows than I have axes either way. So even if I do the 25 into the 10,
it'll always go to the higher number?
Correct. So I guess we'll see how this goes.
Well, you can have that. Yeah, arrows fight.
But the swords get an advantage over the arrows.
Yeah.
So I needed a higher number of axes to make them all axes.
Could you have had the arrows fight the first wave of swords, and then you beat the first wave of swords, but lose enough arrows to where the arrows could curve back to the axes, join the axes, and then go up to the swords? Or do you have to gather your troops and then fight?
No, you can do them in any order you want. That's part of the game, the strategy, figuring out how to best do that.
Didn't you lose that map?
No. So at the top right, you have 60 lives, basically.
Oh.
And so they had 3 soldiers left, so it took 3 hit points off me.
Gotcha.
And then you can get them back by spending your gold to get them.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to lose.
No, and then you get to a port right before the boss usually, and you can refill your defense, or you can get an upgrade.
And since your defense was already maxed, you just took the upgrade.
Yeah. And if I had more gold, I could have got another upgrade. So this is another part of the strategy. You have to use food to unlock buildings. So these are the building cards that you get. So you basically do build your deck before every one. And
that's what the numbers are. You have 2 watchtowers, 1 wood clearer, 2 fortified farms.
No. The two is I leveled that card up.
Oh, gotcha.
So usually in this, you'll want to kind of, focus more on your military than your resources.
Once you get to the boss?
Yeah. So basically, it starts at 210, and then pretty much as you push the row up, that number is going to go down.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. This is sort of like a territory. Like who can control the most territory kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that's a good way of explaining it.
How different does each run feel? Like, do you employ different strategies every time, or are you kind of locked into like, no matter the cards you're dealt, you're gonna do a similar thing?
It depends on. I guess it depends on what cards you build, because some cards, like these rally points, are really strong on fields, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want to build a deck that's focused on building a lot of fields.
Yeah.
Some cards are really powerful when they're paired with rivers, so you'll want to focus on rivers. Some cards are really focused on the woods.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really just depends.
Does it kind of have that element that roguelikes like Slay the Spire and whatnot have, where you can kind of break a run, like in a good way? Like, oh, I've like min-maxed this, and like I am just crushing right now. It almost feels unfair.
Yes and no. I think you'll notice when we if we get to one of the later bosses, it'll it changes the game up in interesting ways. Maybe even frustrating ways.
These river cards, are they kind of just like waste of space, or are there things you can do with the river?
No, there are things you can do with the river. Okay. Right now, none of my cards are really built around it.
Sure.
And I don't know if it's a feature or a bug, but in the boss phases, the cards actually don't tell you like what they do like they normally would. Usually on the bottom right, like when I pull like a military card, it would tell me on the right.
Oh, I mean, can you like click the card to have it do that?
Yeah, you probably could just go into the deck builder mode.
Yeah, but it almost feels like it's nice to have that there just as a refresher of like what does each one of these do?
Yeah. Alright, so that's gonna take care of the axes. Then I want swords to take out that and that. I'm definitely gonna lose some hit points here. Ooh, never mind. Oh yeah, well I'm still gonna lose 30 points. Well, 24 points.
Oh, okay.
But I don't lose because I didn't run out of hit points.
Okay, so as long as you at least finish this with one hit point at the top.
Yep. It's kind of like that Monster Train game I play. You have that pyre you gotta defend, and you just basically you don't want to get to the last boss with 3 hit points left, because then you're fucked. So I'm heading into Act 2 now, so I can leave one of these terrains. So like I haven't built my deck around the river at all, so I'm gonna get rid of that.
Damn.
So there will be no more river cards. Yeah. I'm gonna refill my health bar a little bit. Pick a garrison card here. Alright, so if I don't fight the hostile region here, then that's gonna add 25 to the boss.
Oh, and then that's the thing that kind of screws you on the back end.
Yeah. Yep. But I really need to focus on getting resources right now, so I don't really have a choice. Yeah. And then you can also sell cards you don't need. You get like 50 gold for each card you sell. So is this actually you think this is actually like a roguelite you would play?
I think something I would try. Yeah, I don't think this is one that's gonna. This isn't gonna be the one that's suddenly like I'm Frank on Always Sunny and being like, I get it now. But I think the presentation and kind of rallying the mechanics and ideas around the pretty simple to understand framework of a Tetris board, I feel like makes it I don't know, I guess somewhat newbie friendly in a way that a lot of games like this can feel a little bit intimidating. Like I think this game is at first glance much easier to read for me because it is speaking in a gaming language that I understand. Oh no, look at all these rocks. What was all these rocks?
Yeah, these are mountains.
Okay.
So it's a new terrain type that I can build cards around.
Like you could kind of like mining or whatever. Fucking rock crushing.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Is this all quote unquote realistic, or is there cool things like dragons? How many dragons are in this game?
There are no. Well, as far as I know, no, there are not, because I've finished a couple runs now.
Gotcha.
So that would be cool if developers are listening to add in something like that.
That feels like a thing an expansion could do, or like DLC, or anything like that. Is add the now that you have this framework, kind of add those curveballs.
Mm-hmm.
So did stone as a resource get added in this act?
Yep.
Like that wasn't there before?
Yep. Nope, that was not there before.
I'll
need stone to upgrade certain cards.
Gotcha.
So there will be new cards that are like built around having stone.
Mm. And do more elements like that get added as you, like if you made it to the third act, would it add suddenly minerals or something?
Yeah. No, not that deep. Like it'll add so this vantage point would be one where it recruits 2 arrows for each plane or field adjacent to the connected mountain pieces.
Okay. So that's a good one. Since you have fields and plains and mountains, that's a good one to have.
Yep.
Whereas if you got something that was like river centric, you'd be like, nope, I don't want that.
Yep. So like this one tied to mountains again.
Oh my god, a hidden cave behind a waterfall?
This one's really powerful because if you surround it with mountain, you get 30 extra swords to it.
Ooh, that's a lot. But yeah, it's completely surrounded with mountain?
Yep.
That's a lot of mountain.
So this building, this is strategic pavilion. So basically I get 8 extra arrows for every military building is adjacent to. So if I'm touching another military building, it gets a new upgrade each time.
Okay. And again, that also goes for things you put afterwards if they're touching. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So like I was really smart about where I placed this because I basically can align it with everything. I don't. Yeah. I'd put all my mountains down there. I need more mountains.
Oh no.
I'll keep it in an open area. So one of the permanent upgrades I have is that oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's a permanent upgrade because you start off each round with it is a card that basically any building I build has a chance to spawn like a farm area.
Oh, like in an empty space near it, or like in a random plane near it?
In a random plane.
Okay.
See, I think you can already tell it's getting harder to place things because they're giving them a lot more troops now.
Yeah.
So the numbers escalate pretty quick once you get to Act 2.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's that push and pull of do you place something in an open spot that's higher up because maybe I'll be able to get things later that can really benefit this, or are you like, well, this is just a long piece and I'm just gonna kind of burn it on the right hand side because I have this long shaft over there. So I like those constant decisions you have to make.
Yeah, gotta be careful where you place the shaft.
Yeah, gotta be careful where you place the shaft. Listen, if Second Wind gave you anything, it's some great life advice.
Boy. Alright. So we're gonna take my arrows and get rid of these axe guys first. I don't have any swords, that's gonna hurt me later. We'll see if my quick decision making plan pans out
yeah.
here. Oh, just perfect.
Oh,
Took no pace.
look at that. There you go. You see, you completed a challenge, so that's kind of the achievement thing, right?
Yep, and I get a crown, so I'll have enough to upgrade something now. So let's go get. What do I want? Yeah, this land expansion. So that's a permanent unlock.
So all the tree things are permanent unlocks.
Correct. There we go. All right, now I filled that back up. Now I need to upgrade some things here. Oh my god, $800 for that.
Inflation has hit your duchy.
Where's that? I need to sell this. What do I want to risk here? To go for the peaceful or the hostile region?
How far are you from the top?
One.
I mean, you probably wanna chip away at some of it right now, right?
Yeah. We'll see if Marty's decision making.
You said yeah.
Right call.
Wait, you can't just throw me under the bus.
Too late. The bus has already been
Okay,
thrown,
then if you
and
win,
were
it's all on me. It's
being
not
backed
on
up
you at
over
all.
it.
So it's fine.
Yeah. So the one thing it does tell you is before you go in the terrains, it tells you how many cards are going to be there for each terrain.
Okay, so you can plan a little bit ahead.
Yeah, and it tells you the enemy deck and what they're going to bring.
Yeah. They got a lot of vantage points. Let me tell you, a lot of vantage points.
Yeah, I don't like that because those all can feed into each other. Yeah, I'll take that. The arrows, I need more arrows because those, they don't have any swords actually, so I don't even need to bring axes at all.
Oh yeah, I guess you see with each of those, yeah, you see they have the one axe and 3 arrows.
Yeah.
So you can go with like a sword heavy build. So how does like the whatever it says siege camp has axes or whatever? Will a siege camp always have axes or?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So once you kind of learn what the things are, you will just know. Oh, okay, I have these buildings which are archery buildings, or these buildings which are sword buildings.
Yep. Yeah, I'll risk it.
Man, you guys are neighbors.
Not very friendly.
No, I don't think so. Well, word, you're already leaving a lot of blank spaces.
Yeah, no, I'm not liking this already.
The Tetrising has failed us.
Piss. We'll watch this.
Oh, you're gonna slide in. Oh no, you went down. You dropped your duchy. You dropped your duchy.
Give me more mountains, damn it. You're not giving me what I need right
Money's
now.
too tight for mountains.
Okay.
How are you feeling about this one?
Not terribly great.
Yeah,
to be
I'm
honest.
a little worried. I'm a little worried you're gonna run out of space.
I have a little bit of a plan forming. It doesn't mean it's a good plan.
Sure.
But it's a plan. Okay. I need to make more money. I'm getting all the worst card placements. I might be in trouble.
I know. I'm a little worried.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I helped him.
You helped him quite a bit, actually.
there. Give me more troops. No. Yes. No.
No.
Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be painful. I can already. Shit.
This phase of the combat phase is interesting to me. Is how you, there's the strategy of maximizing your space and where things are placed in conversation with resources throughout the main run, and then this kind of, all right, where am I gonna start? Where am I gonna push the first domino over so that the rest fall?
Yeah, I might squeak out of this.
Squeak will. You got it.
Oh, I only lost 2.
Oh, you got 2. That's fine.
That's fine.
And there's gonna be fewer guys in the last battle, so
yeah. But just wait till you see this next battle. It's not as simple as you think.
spoilers. Everything seems complicated to me.
That's fine. We know how you go through life.
Enough hidden caves, secret caves. Oh my God, what's going on here?
So, basically, I'm attacking this stronghold, and every time you place a building, not just an environment card, but a building on like one of these eye things or these mines, it adds 20 more troops to take on.
Oh, okay. So you have to be very strategic with where you place your actual structures.
Yes.
Structures for blank spaces. And then you're fine putting nature cards on the mines or whatever, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does a hidden cave count as a building?
Yeah.
Is a cave a building? Sound off in the comments below.
Oh man, I'm in a bad spot here. So basically, if I put this on either of them, it's going to give them 40 extra troops.
Yeah, you can plop it right there. Might not get the most out of it, but you didn't give them anything.
I don't remember what this building does. Yes. There we go.
Oh my God, it's such a big number at the bottom.
Yeah, this is the one where you can get really screwed if you
I can imagine.
don't place things correctly. I need that old tower to be surrounded to get the buff. But there's not really many places.
We need a buff old tower.
I'm gonna have to suffer one. For the greater good.
Sure.
Oh. Okay. Plane, yes.
There's no kind of time, like you could take as long as you want with a move, right? It's not like Tetris where the thing's just going to start falling and you have to deal with it as it's falling.
It'll move really slowly down.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not timed. Like, yeah, there's no like pressure.
Yeah.
I've never felt pressure by the time. Well, I got all my placements down at least. So basically, if a card lands outside the map, it just won't count.
Gotcha. And then it just starts the combat phase.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna lose. There's no way I'm winning this one. Since they're just skulls, there's no like buff or debuff.
But I mean,
It's completely numbers game.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you going to end with... Oh, no, 96, I was going to say. With less than 58. Oh, my God, negative 38.
Yeah, that's my run over.
Look at that. You got dropped by Duchy. Well, that's good. I like the idea. So that's like that's what the flow of a run feels like. And then like how many acts are there? If you were to win this act, is there just 3 acts? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's 3 acts every time. So we won't do this whole run, but I want to show at least the building.
Yeah, but as you see, if you're moving fast and not explaining things, you can probably even like the best of runs can be done in like 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, so it has that nice, okay, I'll do, I don't know what else to play, so I'm going to fit one run in kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I should play any of the bigger AAA things I have this weekend, and then I spent like most of my weekend playing this.
There you go. Listen, you got the call of the Duchy. I understand it. When the Duchy calls, you answer.
Okay, so this deck uses cities, and so you'll see that form up with the city there.
Okay, yeah, so this has quite a different feel than the other.
And then basically the most like they use people as a resource for a city, so that becomes a spendable resource.
And this is like one of the 3 factions or whatever tribes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so this tribe becomes all about like really trying to expand a cityscape as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then once we get done with this map, you'll see how the upgrade system works for the city. Because like this belfry, you get to upgrade a bunch of different times based on how many people you collect.
Okay, so that upgrade tree we were looking at the first round.
This one will be a deck upgrade.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha.
So a non-permanent one.
Okay, the upgrade tree lasts. It's no matter what faction you play as, the upgrade tree stuff is still there.
Yeah. And then there's religion, and that I haven't even I've only recently unlocked the religion cards, and I don't really even know what they do yet.
Yeah, it just seems like another resource.
Yeah. Religion is a resource.
Look at that.
Okay, so I have people, so now I can upgrade the belfry. So you see that there's people there to use that. And then they give you 3 different upgrades for these.
Oh,
so
nice.
I can get a garrison, so it gives me some troops, and then I get 3 gold and 2 people for each one. Or I could skip the garrison and get 5 gold and 2 people, or 3 and 3. So usually early on, I like to focus on getting as much resources as I can, because it makes getting upgrades easier.
Sure. Yeah, you put in the work early on so that you pays out dividends later.
Yep, but you can also that can put you in trouble because you may not have enough military buildings when you get ready for a battle. So you gotta be kind of careful which lines you take. See, now I'm in a hostile one, so I might be screwed. I might be screwed off the bat because I only have 1 military card. But if that happens, then you can pay food to hire a temporary card.
Like a mercenary, yeah. So it doesn't get added forever, but it's like can get you out of a tight squeeze.
Yep. But you have to have one of these slots to get it.
Sure.
So a lot of strategy involved in this game. Lots and lots of strategy.
Yeah, it feels like relatively simple to pick up, but pretty deep and tough to master. Yeah. Like karate. It's exactly like karate.
Are you a master of karate?
No, it's easy to pick up. It's very hard to master.
I don't even know if I consider karate easy to pick up.
No, yeah, you just do some kicks, some punches. Super easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I know karate.
Yeah, everyone knows a little karate. Not a master, though.
I watched Jackie Chan twice.
You watch a couple Jackie Chan movies. Yeah, you watch a Jackie Chan cartoon. Everything's fine.
Watch Warrior.
See? There you go.
I think that's just good life advice. Just watch a movie and you know how to do everything.
Sure. Yeah, that's how Neo learned everything in The Matrix. And The Matrix is my favorite documentary. So there you go.
You know, normally I would say that's a good thing, but in our current culture,
it's probably not. It's probably to be honest, it's probably a deeply terrible thing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in so much trouble. My run will be over after 1 round.
Damn. That's how, you know what? That's how the Duchy drops, as they say.
I've played 2 games for this series and I've got my ass kicked in both of them. What is this?
When I start recording these, they're just going to be all baby games. Immediately easy mode, baby games, still find a way to die.
I'm just blasting through now. I know my time is up.
Snake River.
Well, yeah, I didn't want that river anyway.
No one needs that river.
maybe I sneak out a win here. I mean, I'm not gonna lose everything. I won. That's right. I'm the best.
Was this the first battle?
This is the last battle.
This is like going into a forest and killing a slime, like killing a level 2 slime and being like, "I did it, victory."
Well, I think we can end the recording on a win.
Yeah. So this was Drop Duchy. It's coming out May 5th on PC. I don't know when this video is gonna be up, but either it came out on May 5th or will release on May 5th. So there you go.
Yeah, and if you're annoyed by roguelike deck builders like Marty, this is a good game to maybe unannoy you.
Just call this a Tetris-like. Lead with your strongest foot, and that foot is a karate foot, and B, calling it Tetris-like, and I'm aboard.
Is it a Tetris-like when it's literally just Tetris?
It's not literally Tetris. It's not. It doesn't have the cool Russian music and the cool buildings in the background. Think about that. I bet you're thinking about that right now.
I am. Thanks everybody for tuning in for Discovery Queue, and we will see you back here for the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Second Wind.
Aww.
Like and subscribe to Second Wind.
Yeah.